Hello, Midnight Magic Musing family. I am the Earl of Florida, again, not your not so humble co host, is now taking this lead on a new segment we're going to call What's New in the News. Today we're looking at a few different things. We're going to do a little bit of a hit fire real quick. We have The Citadel, not the, it's just called Citadel, that's coming out on Amazon Prime, starring Priyanka Chopra. Uh, Jonas now, and Richard Madden in the lead roles. It's being done by the Russo brothers, and if you don't know who the Russo brothers, crawl out from underneath the rock because they're the ones responsible for the final two segments of the Avengers series franchise, and a few other things, which we'll get to shortly. But this is coming out. I saw the trailer for it. It looks interesting. It looks a little bit like a Bond, Bourne-ish kind of thing going on. So it looks a lot of fun. It comes out this month. I believe it's on the 28th. So keep an eye out for it. Amazon Prime. Definitely looking forward to this. Another thing that's going to be talked about is the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves that has come out, and it is now hitting about $72 to $75 million at the box office on a budget of around $150 million. It's about halfway there. So if it has the legs, it might do well. But time will tell. I'm actually looking forward to seeing this because I'm a big fan of Chris Pine, and also the supporting cast looks a lot of fun. Justice Smith, Michelle Rodriguez, Hugh Grant. He can be funny. It's true. Will it hold up? Time will tell. I'm hopeful for it because you know what? We want everything to do well because we want there to be continuations, more sequels, more movies. And, for movies doing well, that's a plus. On the downside, we're talking about Shazam Fury of the Gods 2 has just hit $119 million globally. Ouch. I'm sorry, Zachary Levi. My heart goes out to you. One of the sides of my chest, I don't remember. But my heart goes out to you, but it does not look like this does anything for the Shazam franchise or the potential longevity of Zachary Levi in the role. So I'm sorry. Rest in peace. Speaking of rest in peace, we're going to bounce on over to Mr. John Wick, Keanu Reeves himself. John Wick Chapter 4 is continuing to do pretty well here, right close to $250 million worldwide. It's shown that it does have some legs. So, you know what? I'm all for John Wick. Love Keanu Reeves in it. It's awesome, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Continuing on the trend, we're going to go ahead and switch over. If you have not seen the trailer for the new Blue Beetle, check it out. It is a lot of fun. Looks like it's very kid-friendly, nice CGI, graphics, and it looks like from the trailer, for the first trailer that I've seen, it appears to be it's going to be a nice little coming-of-age story that the kids would enjoy. And you know what? I'm interested. It looks a lot of fun. And I know I've said that before, but, it does look quite interesting. That comes out August 18th. Will Blue Beetle be part of the new DCU, not the DCEU? That remains to be seen. I don't think anybody said anything one way or the other, but if it does well, it has a chance. Continuing with the trailers that are coming out, if you have been on Netflix or been around or been alive or breathed or a fan of Chris Hemsworth, then you know that Extraction was a massive hit for Netflix. I mean, amazingly. However, unfortunately, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, it's been out for a few years, it's your fault, not mine. At the end of the movie, it appears that the main character, Rake, played by Chris Hemsworth, potentially died. Badly. But we don't actually see his death per se on screen, per se. And the little end leaves his death ambiguous. So now we're going to get Extraction 2, which some of us thought perhaps it would be a prequel movie, or conceivably it could be a sequel movie. Well, the results are in, and well, it's not results, it's facts. The trailer says it is a sequel, and in the trailer for Extraction 2, you see a little glimpse of what happened, and you're like, oh, okay. We'll put believability aside because Chris Hemsworth, so he's not believably human to begin with. In fact, he could potentially be the Terminator in a remake. I digress. But either way, the first one was action-packed. It was just go, go, go. And it wasn't a complicated story at all. It was pretty straightforward. And it was quite enjoyable. And this one, I expect it to be similar. June 16th is when it comes out on Netflix. And again, this one is also by the Russo brothers, the aforementioned Russo brothers. So again, if you don't know who they are, you have failed this city or state or country. Wherever you're watching it from, you failed. Okay? In Stephen Amell's voice. You have failed this city or this fandom, whatever. So moving on from there, also a movie that'll be coming out this year, Craven the Hunter. And that's all I have to say about that. No. So obviously, with Morbius bombing at the box office not once but twice, there's some hesitation and trepidation about this movie. But I'm a big fan of Aaron Taylor Thomas, and I like him as an actor. I like a lot of his projects. Most recently, I watched him in Bullet Train, which was hilarious. It was bad. I mean, in a great way. It was just ridiculous and cuckoo, but it had a great cast and it was a lot of fun. And they didn't take themselves seriously, which is why I think a Bullet Train is a hidden diamond in the rough. But back to Craven. So we have Aaron Taylor Thomas and Russell Crowe is going to be in the film. So I'm waiting to. I'm reserving judgment. I hope it does well, but who can tell with these things? I certainly can't. Look at Ant-Man 3. Don't say anything to Lord Cephas. That still hurts. I'm crying a little bit on the inside. Just now hitting 225 million at the box office. They failed me. Now on to a very interesting subject. Some people have been horribly upset about this. Some people are excited about this, and some people are like, "Who is this?" No. If you're saying "Who is this," then you need to go read a book or watch a movie. Seriously. Or play a game. Because what I'm talking about is that there is now a Harry Potter HBO Max series in development as a full reboot of the franchise of the 7 books by J.K. Rowling. Now, I've been saying this for quite some time, for several years in fact, that I think that the Harry Potter series could have been turned into or can, obviously after the movie was released, I believe that it would do very, very well as a TV series. I was like BBC would do an amazing job, but HBO Max is their hats in the ring, and they're looking at potentially turning this into a series. I'm not sure. I have faith in BBC. They're great. HBO Max, they're a little hit and miss for me, but it's going to be interesting because who are they going to cast for these characters? I mean, nobody can replace Mr. Allen as Sirius Snape, but you know what? These are characters on paper, and it's a medium that you can interpret it. Hamlet, Batman, Superman, all these different characters that are portrayed by different actors at different times in their lives and different parts in their career. So it's I'm hopeful because I've been saying for a long time that I think the books would do amazing as like a short series. You have more time to go into characters. You have more time to follow the book. So I'm hoping that this does well. I'm hoping it actually continues on. Now, switching gears again, talking about reboots or remakes, we now have heard that Moana is going to be entering the live action aspect of Disney. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, yes, that one, who was a voice in the animated version, will be coming back as his character. And I'm, you know what, my kids loved it, and all I can say is I'm sorry. Yes, I went there. But either way, Dwayne Johnson, he has comedy, he has action, he has the physique to pull off a god or a demigod. So, I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Don't look at Black Adam as a reference to how you can go wrong, because I'm not talking about it. We're not talking about Black Adam. We're talking about the live action version of Moana. Bring it on. So, continuing with sequels, remakes, blah, 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 we have now heard that it is now in the works for a Shrek 5. Yes, that's Shrek. And yes, the entire cast of the previous movies are in talks to reprise their roles. Now, you have to think that a lot of this has to do with the massive hit that Puss in Boots was, the newest one. not the previous ones. I mean, it was a massive hit. My kids loved it. I actually watched it not because I wanted to, but because I was actually scrolling on my phone like everybody does. Not in theater, so it was allowed. So in my home, and I just kept my eyes kept going back to the TV, and I watched this this cartoon, and it had hilarious moments and heartfelt moments. So it really struck a chord. But now with the ending, leaving it kind of open to the world of the happily ever after. Shrek 5 potentially in the works, and they're even talking about a Donkey standalone film, which I like Eddie Murphy, so we'll see if that actually becomes anything. But so for all you Shrek fans, Shrek 5 it's being talked about. They're trying to get everybody back, so bring it on. Switching over, where we talked a little bit about Shazam and John Wick 4. So now an expectation in Mario, Super Mario Brothers. So the critics have somewhere near a 50% approval rating, which is not very good at all. However, the audience has it at a 98%. So you know what? I prefer to lean more toward the audience's score because I understand the things that critics are looking for, but the audience are the ones who are going to be going to see it. The audience are the ones who are going to go and buy tickets and get those sales. So you know what? They're predicting that it could go as high as $225 million in North America and potentially another $100 million overseas. I haven't seen the budget yet, so I'm wondering if that's going to be good enough for them to hit a sequel or a continuation. But there's a lot of fun, a lot of fan base with Mario, and the trailer I saw, I think I even saw Donkey Kong in there. So there's got a lot of things in there that's going to bring some older generation. I'm not talking about me. I'm not that old. Yes, I am. I'm sorry. But some of us are going to go see it because nostalgia, and we still love Super Mario Brothers. And the younger ones are going to go see it because it's Mario. Yes, I'm going to keep saying it like that. You can't stop me. Blah. But either way, we'll see. We'll see how it does. But they're predicting at the top Ant-Man and the Wasp, who right now holds the boss for the domestic box office of 225 million. But John Wick 4, I think, might have something to say about that, and I believe Mario definitely will. So moving on, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, who recently released a second trailer. Disney saying it's now broken the records for the second trailer release, and that's got to be impressive. But I know that my kids are definitely excited about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The first one was a lot of fun with a soundtrack that you can't get out of your head no matter how many times you try. You almost want to do an X-Men 2 and go, he had to get the thoughts out of his head. Don't do that. That's not good. It's not good for your health, and it's not good because I don't want to get blamed for it. I would prefer to blame Brian Cox and Patrick Stewart from X-Men 2. If you know what I'm talking about, haha. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the movie for the love. Why are you on this channel? Go watch the movie. So, Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse is going to be coming out June 2nd of this year. So, a lot of movies coming out this year. And another one that's going to be coming out this year is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Aquaman 2, for those of you who are like me, who just want numbers and don't want a whole bunch of subtitles and blah, blah, blah. So Aquaman 2 will be coming out. They've moved it by 5 days. So now it's going to be releasing with another sequel, which would be the Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel, which is December 20th. So that's a good half year away. And there's Illuminations also has an animated movie coming out called Migration at the same time. So, you know what? I don't know. I mean, December sounded good for Avatar. So maybe Aquaman 2. But we're going to have to wait and see. I thoroughly enjoyed the first movie. I probably shouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I did. But my mother loves Jason Momoa. I mean, how can you not? He's just so lovable. He's a big teddy bear. I mean, a manly voice. He's awesome. He does great action sequences and great thespian. Either way, so December 20th is going to have a few movies coming out. Obviously, Aquaman 2 could be the last rendition of of Jason Momoa as Arthur Curry. More than likely, that's going to be the fact of it. So we'll see. We're going to switch over to real life for a brief moment before I cut you off and run away from our what's new in the news. So we have Real Marilla, starter of Bruce Willis, and Demi Moore is pregnant with her first child, and she's looking to go the natural route. I have 5 children, and that is, hats off to you. I'm not wearing a hat, but if I was, I'd hats off to you. So that's got to be it's got to be nice in the Willis household with, unfortunately Bruce Willis's deterioration, and we praying for him, hoping for him for the best. And but this is going to be a nice little a warmth in this time of trial. So our prayers go out to them, the Willis family, the Moore family, however way you want to put that, and hopefully everything goes well. So that's that brief spotlight. For those of you who are fans of what would we call them? Very exuberantly engaged relationships in Hollywood. We have good news. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are technically back together again. Apparently, if you don't care about it, it's okay. Neither do I. But Lord Cephas would probably say blah 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 blah. I don't know what he's saying. I don't care. I tune him out. Once he starts talking, I'm just like blah. Yes, and I've done that most of my life. Now, for the king has returned. No, we're not talking about Elvis. No, we're not talking about Aragorn, son of Arathorn. We are talking about King Charles III's coronation next month. President Joe Biden has spoke with him and offered his congratulations. And his wife, the Joe Biden or Dr. Joe Biden, I don't know which way you are there, but whichever, she will be in attendance for that. So, you know what? Good for you. Although I am reminded about a song about, the Queen, but we digress. Continuing with real life, Robert Downey Jr. yesterday turned 58 years old. Iron Man himself is now getting so close to Social Security. But despite that fact, he is still awesome. Love him. I've enjoyed him even before that when I believe it was in Alec McBeal and Air America and U.S. Marshals. And and then he's had a very long storied career. But, happy birthday, Mr. Robert Downey Jr. We love you. We miss you. Don't go away. Continue that. We have a new series. It's a prequel series, from what I understand, from You're the One That I Love. I did not know this would turn into a musical kind of skit, but here we are. We have a continuation of the Grease franchise on Paramount Plus with Rise of the Pink Ladies. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch. I believe it was. Who was in it? John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, I believe. I might have gotten that name wrong. If I have, don't kill me, don't hate me. Just write in a comment that girl sucks, and I'll blame it on Lord Cephas for giving me my material. Did he really? No, but I'm going to blame him anyway. So if you're a fan of the Grease universe, whether it's a fan of Grease 1 or a fan of Grease 1 and Grease 2, a lot of people don't talk about Grease 2, but either way, Rise of the Pink Ladies, Paramount Plus. Check it out. Let us know. Is it something I should look at? Is it something I should run away from? Is it something that I should break out in a song with? Because all of those are possibilities in my household. Just ask my children. They cry. And continuing on, we have wrapped filming on the Joker 2. I know it's called Joker something, 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 but I'm going to mispronounce it, and y'all are going to hate me more so than you already do. So Joker 2 has wrapped up filming now. It was a lot of fun to see that in a recent interview with E.T. Margaret Robbie, who portrayed Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad and Suicide Squad, gave kudos to Lady Gaga, saying that she thinks she's going to do an amazing job. She's excited and she's looking forward to it. So that's pretty neat. So that about does it for our what's new in the news. I would say anything else would be no. That's about it. So thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, and leave us a comment. Tell me, what do you think about this? Do you agree with me? Do you don't agree with me? Do you think I'm an idiot? leave a comment. You know, I promise I won't cry more than 5 minutes in the corner in a fetal position. That's my favorite position, the fetal position in the corner, because I also get away from the 5 kids. So it's it's nap time in the Earl's house. Not really, maybe. I'll never tell. So thank you for joining us for What's New in the News, the first episode of this particular segment, and we're at 20 minutes, so I will not bother you anymore. I will not waste any more of your time. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, maybe. You'll just have to tune in and continue to see. So we're going to check this out more often, and I do want to mention one more thing, is that Jeremy Renner, Mr. Hawkeye himself, is doing much better on after his accident. He's got a device at home where he's using where he's able to walk with using like 60% of his weight. It takes the weight off of his injuries. So he's making massive strides. See what I did there? Walking strides. But see, he's making massive strides. So, we're very hopeful for the continuation of his recovery. And, obviously prayers are also with him. And on that note, we're going to say we love you. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever it is, whatever. Everybody says that. I don't know where the bell is. This isn't Rocky. It would be cool if it was Rocky. Can you imagine Lord Cephas in Earl, Florida going at it? It would not end well for me. I'm old. So either way, hit like, subscribe, and write a comment, and we will catch you later. Don't forget, Midnight Magic Musings, our flagship video series, will be coming out tonight around, you guessed it, midnight. So check us out and come back, and we will have more news for you in the following days. And check out our shorts. We love you. Come back. See you later.